Welcome to Hawksong Weaving. My name is Took. I'm a disabled weaver who works exclusively with thrifted and secondhand yarn, and today I'll be filling a bag of Peppermint Scented Scrappy Sachets that are part of my methods to keep Hawksong Weaving zero waste. I hope you enjoy.
Life takes odd turns, but even tattered and worn yarn still has value. Tired joints and health flares don't have to stop the journey. Welcome to Hawksong Weaving, where all our paths are a little bit warped.
A la Mrs. Crocombe from English Heritage, for this recipe you will need pre-woven and sewn sachet bags, scraps, and your scented herbs of choice in cotton tea bags. I've been gathering with two other artist friends this summer, and we've been collaborating on art and gathering food from local pick-your-own style farms to stock up for the winter. One of the farms had a ton of peppermint available, so I brought home a lot of it to hang around my studio and dry for the scented sachets. I love being with these two. It's incredibly healing to be with other artists with similar life experiences, even if it means accepting being loved and told to sit down when they notice that my postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome is acting up. When I make the scrappy scented sachets, I tend to do things in batches. As I sew various projects, the odd ends of the weaving blanks get sewn into small pouches and put in a drawer. The same thing with all the scraps from the sewing and weaving. They get put into jars with lids, partly to save them and make things zero waste, but also so that Penelope Calico doesn't try to eat them and create an expensive vet bill and take years off of my life with the stress. The gathered scraps are then cut down further with my don't ask how expensive they were shears, just to make them a bit more manageable. You could also do this with a set of kitchen scissors. Any strong, sharp scissors would work well. Each sachet pouch is filled about halfway up, and then the scented herb tea bag is inserted. I use cotton tea bags to contain the herbs because otherwise, for the peppermint especially, it tends to crumble and escape the relatively loose weave of the sachet pouch. The tea bags I use are cotton, but paper would work fine. I just don't like the crinkly sound it makes. I buy or gather the bulk scented herbs and spices and then fill the tea bags myself. Again, it's a good batch thing to do when I have the spare time. I'm thankful that I've gotten my weaving and crafting workflows to the point where there's always something I can do, even if I'm having a pain, brain fog, or fatigue day. After the tea bag is inserted, the sachet pouch is then filled the rest of the way with the scraps, and then I use a blanket hem stitch with a color-coded embroidery floss. Because I have a few scents for the scrappy scented sachets, I've learned that color coding is really important. Blue and teal is for the peppermint, green is for the rosemary, purple is for the lavender, and orange and red is for the pumpkin spice. I'm switching to a blanket stitch instead of a whip stitch for a lot of my products because I've gotten feedback that it looks a bit more professional and finished that way, and it's just as easy, so why not? Also for the scented scrappy sachets, that way the color coding shows up more clearly, more prevalently, and it's just easier to keep track of things if I've got a cold and can't rely on my sniffer. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you'd like to support my work, some free ways to do that are to like, subscribe, or follow, comment, and share. This applies to other small artists as well. It's a great way to let the social media algorithms know that this is content worth watching. If you'd like to support me financially, per your request, there's a Buy Me a Coffee linked below, along with the link to the Hawksong Weaving Square site where you can purchase woven products. I also have a Patreon, but I'm not sure how long that's going to last. But that's linked below as well. There are currently 4 actual tiers and 1 very silly tier. These tiers include early access to videos, a weekly post of Life of the HR and OSHA Cats, a Kvetchy diary, being able to vote on projects, and fun snail mail. The actual tiers range from $2, $5, $10, and $15. The 5th tier is absolutely a joke, but just in case, in this economy, I won't say no. For $1,000 a month, you can tell me that I'm not actually disabled, I'm just lazy, and to try whatever yoga, juice cleanse, snake oil nonsense fixed your cousin. For a limited time, I also have a meal train fundraiser going on to assist in my recovery and easing the finances as I recover from my double mastectomy that's happening this August. Now that one is done, and it's rinse and repeat until I've used up this stash of prepared peppermint tea bags. Say that 10 times fast. I love doing these scrappy scented sachets in the kitchen in the evening, making them at the kitchen table while I'm keeping an eye on dinner or baking bread, or in the morning and watching the HR and OSHA cats of Hawksong Weaving watch the birds. How has everyone's summer been? Or winter, if you're in the southern hemisphere. Just checking in. How are y'all doing? It's been a whirlwind summer for me. I'm having to make a lot of these products because I'm running low much earlier this season because I'm getting in with galleries and stores. And it's a good thing, but also I'm not prepared for the amount of, oh, wait, people actually want to sell my stuff in their stores. Yikes. But, good problem to have, just, it's very shocking. This is going to be a shorter video than most of my usual work, but I've said everything that I need to say in it, and everything that I wanted to say, so I'll leave you with the knowledge that if you're going to be working with peppermint, apparently it smells close enough to catnip that your cats will be very intrigued. So enjoy Hades Himbo having a good time.
Yeah, baby.
I'm so glad for the odd turn that your path took that brought you here. Thank you for spending time with me at Hawksong Weaving, where we're all a bit warped, and I hope that you have a truly excellent week.